Hello everyone, my name is Colleen, and if you're new to this channel, I don't normally post videos like this, but if you are watching it on the day that it releases, this is the 10-year anniversary of the loss of my mom. I just felt like it was really important for me to make some sort of memorial video for her because I just loved her so much, and she taught me so much about life, and I just wanted to share some of that with everybody. And if I do get a little bit emotional, that's just because of how much I loved her. So don't see it as me being super sad. I'm just so grateful for what she was able to give me. So, just some background information quickly. About 10 years prior to her passing, my mom was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. It was in the higher stages, and the hopes weren't really high, honestly, at first. But we got incredibly lucky with a surgeon who was working in our town at that time, and they got a very high percentage of it out, and because of that is probably the reason why my mom was able to see me graduate from grade 8 and see me graduate from grade 12, which is apparently, and I was told this after the fact, but one of the only things that she had hoped for is she just wanted to see me graduate. So I'm very happy that she could do that. Aside from just being the best mom, she was an incredible gift giver, an amazing birthday party thrower, and just had the most zest for life, like the most joy for life. And that by far is the most important thing that I have learned from her, which I will touch on a little bit later in the video. But before we get to the joy, we need to talk about the grief. And for me, that started before she even passed, probably about a month before she did. And a lot of this is a blur for me, if I'm being completely honest. But I was kind of notified that things were not going super well from some of her best friends, who I cannot thank enough for what they were doing for her, truly. Like, they are angels. But I was notified of what was going on, and that was when it really hit me. So, for about a month beforehand, I was already grieving the fact that she was likely going to be gone soon. And that is just such a confusing time to be in your head, because the person is still kind of there, but they're not really, and it's a very confusing time. Of course, during that time, I'm crying almost constantly, so then once my mother did pass, I was crying even more, had a constant headache from what I can remember, was sleeping as much as I could because I just didn't want to be awake anymore at that time. Like, not in the most drastic way that you can talk about it, but I just didn't really want to be part of reality for a bit. Then I went through this odd stage where I was just buying everything to try to make myself feel better. Definitely went through a shopping addiction phase, and I was filling the void of all of the gifts that she used to give me, trying to kind of recreate that feeling, which obviously does not work in the long term. For a little bit, it did make me feel a little bit better, but yeah, it is not sustainable. Once I finally realized that, that's when I got back to more tears, more sleeping, more isolation. But thankfully, at this point, I was in a safer space to actually deal with those emotions and think about them and go through them. And I just really can't express how important that is for your healing process. You need a really good environment for it. A very quick break from this just to explain that this book is something that my mom had accumulated over 18 years and gave to me on my 18th birthday. And just a collection of things that she had put together in a scrapbook from when I was a baby to when I graduated. And if you have kids as well, I highly recommend doing something like this because I can't explain how much it means to me. After my mom passed, I came across this paragraph in her journal, and I just wanted to read one of the things that she wrote. There's so much joy to be found in just the simple pleasure of living, in drawing the strengths you need from people around us. We all have different strengths and weaknesses. It sounds sappy, but it reminds me of the song What a Wonderful World. What I learned from it is that there really is joy in pretty much everything. You just need to be looking for it. And if you're not looking for it, then you're not going to find it. I'm also working on differentiating my bad days from just okay days. Because a lot of the time I would think I was having a bad day and it's actually just neutral. And that's more than okay. Like, that's arguably good. To end this video, I will just say, grieving is not easy. It's a roller coaster. It is rough. It's lifelong from what I am experiencing anyways. So be easy on yourself. You're probably easy on everyone else in your life. You probably give them so much space to heal. Why not give that to yourself? Be a little bit better to yourself, please. I am sending so much love to anyone watching this who might need it. You are absolutely not alone. And if you did make it to the end of the video, thank you so much for being here and just sharing these memories with me. I really do, like, I can't explain through a video how much that means to me. So again, thank you for watching.